In the late 19th century, Europe witnessed a surge in nationalist movements fueled by cultural pride and political ambition. Countries like Germany, France, and Britain embraced aggressive patriotism, often symbolized by grand rallies and flag-waving crowds. This nationalism deepened rivalries as nations sought to assert dominance. By 1914, these tensions created a volatile atmosphere where even minor conflicts could escalate into war. Historical records show that 85% of European newspapers at the time promoted nationalist rhetoric, inflaming public sentiment. To counterbalance rising threats, European powers formed rigid alliances: the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Italy, and the Triple Entente, France, Russia, Britain. These pacts, intended as deterrents, instead created a web of obligations. For instance, the 1894 Franco-Russian alliance mandated mutual defense if either was attacked. Maps from the era reveal how these alliances split Europe into hostile blocs. By 1914, diplomats privately acknowledged that these treaties made war inevitable, as defending one ally could drag multiple nations into conflict. The early 1900s saw an unprecedented arms race, with nations like Germany and Britain competing to build dreadnought battleships. Germany's naval laws aimed to double its fleet by 1914, provoking Britain's response. Factories operated around the clock, producing artillery and rifles. Germany alone manufactured 250,000 Mauser rifles annually. This militarism consumed 60% of national budgets in some states, diverting resources from social programs. Historians argue this buildup normalized war as inevitable, with generals planning offensives years in advance. The Balkans, a tinderbox of ethnic strife, became the epicenter of tensions. After the Ottoman Empire's decline, Austria-Hungary annexed Bosnia in 1908, angering Serbia. Secret societies like the Black Hand emerged, advocating Slavic liberation. Archival data shows over 50 ethnic clashes occurred in the region between 1912 to 1913. Austro-Hungarian officials referred to the Balkans as a barrel of gunpowder, prophetic words, as local grievances would soon ignite global conflict. The stage was set for a single spark to unleash catastrophe. On June 28, 1914, Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist, shot Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife in Sarajevo. The attack was meticulously planned by the Black Hand, exploiting lax security. Declassified reports reveal Princip initially failed but succeeded when the Archduke's driver took a wrong turn. Within hours, Austria-Hungary accused Serbia of orchestrating the killing. The assassination wasn't isolated. It was the culmination of years of suppressed tensions, now bursting into the open. Austria-Hungary issued a 10-point ultimatum to Serbia, demanding unprecedented concessions, including letting Austrian officials investigate the assassination. Serbia accepted 9 points but refused sovereignty violations. Diplomatic cables show Germany had secretly pledged support to Austria, encouraging firmness. When Serbia's reply arrived on July 25th, Austria deemed it insufficient. Within 48 hours, Austria severed relations. Diplomacy had failed, and mobilizations began. Historians note that 95% of ultimatums in this era led to war. On July 28th, Austria declared war on Serbia, triggering a cascade. Russia mobilized to defend Serbia, prompting Germany to declare war on Russia, August 1, and France, August 3. Britain joined on August 4th after Germany invaded Belgium. Telegrams from the era show leaders felt trapped by alliances. Kaiser Wilhelm wrote, "The machine is set in motion." Within weeks, 16 nations were at war. Newspapers celebrated with headlines like, "To Berlin," unaware of the carnage ahead. Germany's Schlieffen plan aimed to defeat France swiftly by invading neutral Belgium, then pivoting to Russia. However, Belgian resistance and British intervention bogged down German troops. Declassified maps show the plan's fatal flaw, underestimating Belgian fortresses like Liège, which held out for 12 days. The invasion also globalized the war, as Britain's empire, spanning India to Canada, joined the fight. By September 1914, the Western Front stalemate began, dooming Europe to years of trench warfare. World War I quickly became a global struggle, with colonies from Africa to Asia dragged into the fray. Over 1 million Indian soldiers fought for Britain, while Japan seized German Pacific bases. In Europe, trenches stretched 475 miles from the Alps to the North Sea. Letters from soldiers described the horror: mud, rats, and the stench of rotting flesh. By 1918, 40 countries were involved, and 20 million lay dead, proof that no nation could remain isolated from modern industrialized war. The Treaty of Versailles, 1919, imposed harsh penalties on Germany: territorial losses, disarmament, and crippling reparations, equivalent to $442 billion today. John Maynard Keynes warned it would breed resentment. He was right. German unemployment hit 25% by 1923, fueling extremism. Secretly, Germany began rearming by the 1930s, violating treaty terms. This cycle of vengeance and economic collapse set the stage for World War II, proving that peace treaties which humiliate rather than reconcile plant the seeds of future conflict.